if you're getting signed to a label today, right now, you gotta do 3 TikToks every day. And they're not playing with you. Like, that's your homework.
Yo, 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 yo.
It's your boy Uche. I got my boy DZ. We are the Ill-Advised Wise Guys.
Check out the full podcast. Link below.
Has the sped up era of music almost diluted what's happening right now? You know, we're at a very interesting era of music where it almost feels like we've become slaves of TikTok. Everyone has to somehow succumb to the TikTok drug. TikTok has become a drug, guys. Artists, fans, labels, everybody got to comply, because I ain't gonna say this shit got to stop. I'm just saying we got to really question how influential a particular era of music is and what it's actually doing to, you know, the original songs. I bring this up because recently Miguel, I know you guys all remember Miguel, you know, the All I Want Is You. You know, who doesn't love Miguel? Miguel got like a couple classic songs that like you better know. But like Miguel recently had a song, his Sure Thing song re-entered the Billboard Top 100. This obviously happened over 10 years after the song originally dropped. And a lot of people are curious as to why that happened. But if you really look into the details, this is due to TikTok. And the reason why it's due to TikTok is because of the new wave that really has been introduced, I would say, at the start of 2023. And it's this whole sped up movement of songs that are just simply pitched up and chipmunked out. Right, like think about your Alvin and the Chipmunks. Your favorite artist is sounding like Alvin and the Chipmunks, and the song is high pitched, right? And it's because a lot of users on TikTok are demanding this for content's sake. You know, they want these sounds in the back of their videos. They want these sounds while they at their lunch room in college or in high school, and you know this is what they want. And so my question. Number one, do you see this wave of music continuing? And then also, secondly, you know, what is this doing to music? You know, are we diluting the original songs themselves? Like, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? What are your thoughts on it?
I'm gonna start with TikTok and music. TikTok is a really big platform, and I think it has pros and cons for artists. I had a manager on my show last night, and we just had to talk about TikTok. She literally told me, if you're getting signed to a label today, right now, you gotta do 3 TikToks every day. And they're not playing with you. Like, that's your homework. Like, get up there, figure it out, and you gotta do 3 TikToks a day. So TikTok, especially in the music industry, has become like at the top. I went to an event about a month ago at Google, and the VP of Columbia Records was there, and she spoke. And she mentioned how, but the issue with TikTok is that it's not translating. So your song could be viral on TikTok and it's the most used sound or whatever the case may be, but people don't know who you are. And they also not stopping to go to Spotify, Apple Music to listen to the full song. So the translation from the app to what really matters as an artist can get lost. So that's the issue with that. But in the same vein, if you want to be, you kind of got to be in it to win it, right? It's like a lottery. Also, the TikTok algorithm is something that is still very hard for a lot of people to study and understand, including myself. It's 50-50. Like, you could upload your song to TikTok and it goes viral, and then it doesn't translate and nobody knows who you are and nobody listens to it on DSPs. Or you can upload it and it goes viral and they do listen and it does translate and it does do well on DSPs. Another thing with TikTok is every time you post, you're automatically getting shown to new people versus other social platforms like Twitter and Instagram, where for the most part, the people that are seeing your content are people that already follow you. So if I'm an artist and I want to gain new listeners, fuck it, I might have to go up there and make them 3 TikToks a day. Now, as far as TikTok and the sped up versions of songs, there's been times where people have listened to the sped up version on TikTok and that's the only version they know, and they go to DSPs and it's not there. Well, guess what? I don't care because it's not that version and I don't want to hear it. This is also why we see, but the good thing is we also see a lot of artists now literally uploading the sped up version on DSPs so that they can get those streams and that fans could listen to it. Do I think it messes up the art of music? Honestly, no, because over the past years, we've had chopped and screwed versions, and I really just think it's another level of that. I also think for the people that want to listen to the original, they will. TikTok, it can introduce a younger generation and new audiences to that artist specifically.
You made a lot of good points. Because I do think attack this from two different angles. One is the business / music industry side of things, and then the other is the artistic consumption, how the music is received and how it was originally intended to be received, that kind of thing. They don't necessarily both have to be true to exist, but which is why I'm saying you make some really good points. You know, from a business standpoint, honestly, the nature of business is supply and demand. Like, the users on TikTok are demanding artists put out sped up versions of their song. It ain't even negotiable. They holding artists hostage at this point, and that's what led to the labels having to release official sped up songs. Because if you guys remember, like, before, it was like it would be like unofficial versions of these sped up songs that would be released, but now they putting out the official ones, and I just think it's kind of interesting. But again, from a business standpoint, supply and demand, you got to make sure to feed the people who are demanding it. If they need it, go get it, go get your stream. On the other side of things, from an artistic standpoint, I do feel like there is something to, let's say, for example, Kendrick Lamar. We all know Kendrick puts a lot of thought and effort into the music that he releases to the world. You know, he only dropped like every 5 years, and he puts his heart, blood, sweat, effort, everything he has into the music that we ultimately hear, only for someone to speed it up because some TikTok youngins want to put it in their video. It's like, okay, I get it, y'all, that's what y'all want, but are you really listening to it from the lens of what the artist wanted you to hear from? And that's really where I think this interesting conversation.
It's like you're manipulating the sound.
You're manipulating the sound, and which, by the way, you brought up another good point. Chopped and screwed. That's what was happening then. So I'm not saying there isn't a market for it. Clearly, if people want to listen to sped up music, go for it. You know, if that's your thing, do your thing. Like, I just think it's kind of interesting that, like, it's become damn near mandatory for artists to put out sped up versions of their music, and I think that is where the slippery slope is. Before, it was like, all right, this is unofficial. There's a segment of people who maybe want to hear high pitched BPMs that's way up there. Great. A lot of people like EDM music. I know you from Jersey, and y'all listen to a lot of like sped up
Jersey
music
Club
as well, right? Jersey Club. It's funny because I know Lil Uzi is from Philly, but there's a lot of like interesting dynamics between Philly and Jersey. But it's funny, you know, Uzi came out with Just Wanna Rock.
This ain't what you want. 1600 block.
I don't think it's a coincidence, right, that people seem to be really craving sped up music these days. And it's not, I mean, you think about it, sped up music, it's like nobody really want to hear slowed down. It's like we want to move, you know. And again, it's no coincidence that Beyonce dropped an album, Drake dropped an album. A lot of these beats is sped up. It seems like that's what people want.
We're just in that era, and even I know, like, when Beyonce made that Instagram post about Renaissance and like what the project meant to her and why she released it, she was like, you know, I just wanted people to feel good. Like, I wanted people to get up and dance. And I think, you know, coming out of the pandemic and, you know, just all the bullshit that we went through as a society, people want music that's honestly fun and feel good. So I think that's where a lot of this sped up stuff comes from.
You know, I try not to sound like the old grumpy man in the room, but at a certain, because I'm really not that old, but it's at a certain point where it's like, you know, you start to realize that like kids really drive music. When I say kids, I mean like youngins, like the teenagers. Those are the ones who keep the music fresh. It's like whatever it is that they want, people are generally going to conform because that's what the new wave is. Everybody wants to figure out how to stay fresh. It's
because they are the more like bigger consumer. Like you could be probably, you know, in your 30s and 40s and you could really love a new artist. But like, are you going to love them to the point where you're going to go to their concert when the tickets is $500 versus a teenager? The way teenagers like consume content is a little bit more, for lack of a better word, a little bit more obsessive. So they're going to find that $500 to go to that concert versus a grown ass adult might be like, okay, I like you, but girl, I don't like you that much. Like, I got real bills. So I think we're also in that era as well. Because I even remember when I was young, in middle school and like high school, like I loved Nicki Minaj. Like Nicki Minaj literally follows me on Twitter because I was a barb. Like die hard.
Wow.
At that age is where, for artists and for that age group, is where you're going to get your quote unquote stands, your diehards. So it's also why people try to appeal to that group.
Damn, you're a barb? Y'all are insane, yo. So you're a reformed barb. Is that what it is?
Past life.
You traded in your barb badge?
Yeah,
yo, did you get your pension? Did you get your barb pension? Like you retired?
I'm retired. Yeah, I'm retired.
I will say this because you're right about the consumption aspect. Like the youngins really are the people who stream the music. But I gotta disagree a little bit because I don't feel like the kids are the ones who really spending the money. Like actually have the money to spend on the merch and really spend on and I mean like I get it. Like you can ask your parents like, okay, cool, give me the ticket. Most likely they're gonna say no. But you know what I mean? I'm talking about the people with the actual money is usually people who actually have a career, who actually have the money themselves. I don't know if artists should be relying on getting support financially from, you know, the demographic of fans who are kids. Like, is that really sustainable? Like,
it could work, but it could not work. I honestly personally think like the sweet spot for artists, if they are new and trying to get like that, you know, support, is like people in their 20s, 30s, because like these are the people, like, again, I bought Drake tickets. I love Drake. Right? I'm 24. I didn't pay. I paid $200. I got lucky. Don't ask me how. I got good seats. We praise God. But again, I know a lot of my friends who are around my age, they paid higher prices, like the $500 and up. So I think relying on kids does get tricky because they're fucking kids at the end of the day.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, so when artists are putting out songs that are sped up, trying to feed a group of fans who are likely kids, it's like, all right, y'all gonna get the streams, but like to your earlier point, are those songs on TikTok truly converting? You just capitalizing on this wave, but this wave is gonna be gone. How long will this sped up wave of music even last? Because personally, I feel like it's gonna die out like by the end of the year. I don't think it's gonna last.
I think it won't last either. I don't see it being as popular.
Yeah, like it's the thing for right now, but I don't see it being like this sustainable thing that, for example, if you're an up and coming artist, yeah, you might want to put out a sped up song just because that's what the people are doing. But like, I don't know if you should feel threatened that you're gonna need to continue to do this for the rest of your career. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I feel that.
Kim Petras just dropped a song with Nicki Minaj. Yo, the people on TikTok were going crazy. They were like, yo, I thought you was dropping the sped up song. What happened? They ended up releasing about 4 different versions of the same song. That I think it's called Alone. I don't know. What do you guys think? Drop them thoughts in the comments.
Listen to the full episode. Link below.